We're talking to supply teachers, relief teachers, substitute teachers, whatever you guys like to be called. That's who we're talking about today. And I've got 8 tips to get you invited back into a school.
Hi there.
Scott Delacour.
Elizabeth Halsey.
I'm the new sub.
How the watch? Is that a Jaeger LeCoultre?
The family business.
I love how his eyes sparkle when he smiles.
So, how are you going to ensure that you get yourself invited back? Here are some hints. First one, it's called the magic bag. Inside the magic bag it holds everything that you ever need for a day relieving in any class, in any year group. It includes scissors and spare paper and colouring pencils. It's crammed with activities and photocopies and templates and most importantly, whiteboard pens. Because guaranteed, none of those that are in that classroom will work. Right from the get-go, you need to take control. There are 1,000 things that could go on in the day that are beyond your control, and if you don't know that they're going to happen, then it's possibly going to go badly. So you need to know what time morning tea is. You need to know whether or not you're on duty at morning tea. You need to know if there is an assembly. You need to know if there is a lunchtime. Are there any students that go out for an extra group? Maybe there's a recorder group or a music group or a choir, or there's a special needs group that go out at 2:30 in the afternoon. The more that you know that is going to happen, the less chance there is of you being taken by surprise and the more confidence that you're going to have in that class. You need to know the behaviour plan, and in every classroom, in every school, right across this country, there should, in some form or other, be a behaviour plan which is evident on the wall somewhere. If you can't see it, then you need to go right now to go and see the deputy principal and to ask them what the behaviour plan is. And if not, then you need to go and ask the teacher next door, because there is always a plan, and it invariably starts with put the student's name on the board, and then it somehow there's a series of steps, and it ends with removal of that student from the classroom by some means or other. Knowing this plan and letting your students know that you know the plan will enable you to feel like you've got more confidence in the classroom. Everybody knows where they are, and you can settle into having a really great day with your students. There is a perception out there that you are just after the paycheck, and that is probably not true, so you need to do something that's extra. If you're not asked to do a morning tea time duty or a lunchtime duty, then what I suggest you do is you offer, or even asked to take a road patrol duty after school, so that then whatever teacher that is, they can have a few more minutes to get themselves ready for that staff meeting. You may not know the right and proper way that school has decided to mark their students' work. Maybe they have some sort of gold and pink highlighter scheme. Maybe they mark in green and not red. Maybe they do dots instead of crosses. Maybe they write comments that are feed forward and not feed back. They might be doing formative assessment and not summative assessment, or some other concoction, who knows. But whatever you do, don't make that the reason for not marking the students' work at all. So here's a couple of tips. First of all, when the students are actually doing their writing and doing their marking, and you're wandering around and you're checking on behaviour and whatnot, then take a few minutes with that pen to look over a student's shoulder and to mark what you can as you go. Then at the end of the session, you need to go through those books and finish off the last little bit of marking that you've got to do. And it shouldn't take you too long, particularly if you ask the students to hand in their books open on the right page in which they've been working. Often there's no work planned at all for a reliever to do, but that's not to say that the time with you is not quality learning time that's spent with the students. Remember the magic bag that I talked about? That should always be with you, and you should always have that at hand ready to go. But that's not to say that you shouldn't ask whether or not there is a particular reading program or a numeracy program that needs to be followed for that portion of the day. But then again, be prepared to work independently of any other teacher and deliver a quality day of learning for those students. And last thing, don't forget to smile. Smiling portrays confidence, and a sunny disposition goes a long way to brightening everybody's day.